Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to 2SRL Assetto Corsa Competizione. We are here for the 6th round of the 4th season. We are here at the Nurburgring in Germany, and we've got 25 drivers and 2 commentators for this 1-hour race. It's myself, Timo, and we've got Triton along as always. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
So, yeah, we are here at the Nurburgring, which, you know, a bit of a classic track. Unfortunately, this is a GT3 sim that doesn't have the Nordschleife in it, which is a little bit of a letdown, but the GP circuit is, of course, a good racetrack too, and I hope it will give us some good racing tonight. Right now, we have got George Brabner on provisional pole halfway into this qualifying session. Then it is hometown hero Dominic Illigner ahead of Antoine Olivet, then Felix Rupert. Mills is in P6 and
Mills?
Yeah, Mills. And
ahead of Karsten. Let's put that out there for a minute.
Yeah, this is certainly going to be a screenshot. But yeah, one of the things that we should point out to, you know, give you the full picture. Karsten wasn't sure if he was gonna attend because apparently he has a real life injury in a way, something with his foot or something. I'm not quite sure, but I think he pulled a string or something, and he wasn't sure if he can race, and he said that he will retire if there's like actual proper pain while driving. Maybe he's just not feeling the confidence in the car right now. Halfway into qualifying, he's in P10. Unusual position for him. Maybe it's that. So we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he's doing okay, and especially if it's just a game in the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
it's just a game where he leads by more than 25 points, so he can afford to not be.
Oh yeah, he for those, I know we have a couple new viewers. Hello everyone. I know Trevor's new to viewing. To give you guys a rundown of what's been happening this season, Karsten has won every single round of this season so far. I believe we're on round 6 right now.
Yes.
And yeah, he's won 5 out of 5. So and by quite a long shot in every single round. Once he gets ahead, he's gone, because I mean, he is just in another league of his own in terms of pace. And yeah, so today maybe he won't show his actual pace, and for good reason. I mean, he has a valid reason. So, and yet he's still in P10. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. So, yeah. We'll keep an eye out on that, but that might open up the field here a bit, because we know how close these guys are. Felix Rupert, Brabner, Illigner, Olivet, Van den Hutting is usually up there as well, and yeah, these guys are usually like very much like in the fight for P2 and like the podium positions. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, I agree. It's certainly raising the stakes for tonight, because so far I've perceived this season sort of as Karsten styling on everyone, and then the fight for P2 was always sort of like a little bit of a talent show. Like, they were just fighting it out amongst each other, who is the one who can show that he's got some pace, that he's capable of improving, and maybe he can take the fight to Karsten at some point in the future. And there are some candidates who might be able to step their game up consistently, and with a potential win on the table for tonight, not counting Karsten out yet. Maybe he gets used to driving like this. With that, whoever comes out on top today will certainly gain a good bit of reputation, being able to maybe challenge closer to the front. We've got Felix Rupert, who's finished 2nd for, I think, 2 races in a row now, who's new in this season, on provisional pole right now with a 53.6, which is a good time, and he's only 12 thousandths out of George Brabner, you might know as Push from SLR and 2SRL, and he has taken 2 pole positions earlier in the season, but in both races he wasn't able to stay ahead of Karsten for the race, so he finished behind him. And in P3 it is Dominic Illigner, also known as WoW, who has gotten himself P3 quite a lot, got a little unlucky at Laguna Seca, but certainly very consistent and maybe capable of delivering on home soil, as Carsten has made his jump to 4th.
Okay, so yes. Oh yeah, wow. Okay, so he's still half a tenth almost off of Felix Rupert's pole time. The Audi looks pretty good here. I don't know how well that translates, or like if that's like the case usually with the car here, because I mean there are no equal cars, of course, as I'm on board, or I'm watching Sam here make a bit of a mistake.
I'm watching Carsten because according to my Delta he's on a flyer, and one that might get him to Rupert, but to be fair, with injuries like this where it gets difficult to feel the pedals properly, maybe consistency suffers more than quali pace, so we're gonna have to see. But right now the game tells me that he's up 3/10 on his Delta, which would bring him right to the top of that table. As someone off track, that's I think one of the McLaren Honda Porsche cars. Don't ask too many questions about that team name, it's a very long story. Around the last corner comes Carsten, and he's gonna put himself into P3, and look at
Barely
those top 3, wow, that is incredible.
0.000000ths of a second, wow. So yeah, that just shows you how close these guys are in quali pace as well. I mean, like, there's always, like, quali always is very close in general, but this is like, I mean, this is on another level. So, yeah, the competition may not look as fierce, you know, with Carsten running away with it, but I mean, on the surface it might seem like that, but in reality, these guys are all very fast and very competitive, so, yeah.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the top 3 are sitting within 200ths of a second, and halfway into his quali lap, according to my Delta, Dominic Illigner is up by 2/10 on his time, so he might get himself involved as well. But apparently Rupert is up too, so maybe he can improve his lap time coming across the final corner at 180-degree swing, and he is on pole for now, but maybe he can even improve on this lap, and he can, and he puts it 2/10 ahead of everyone else. 53.5 for the Luxembourg. How do you call people from Luxembourg?
I think I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Burger, yeah. Okay, yeah, but Olive's about to cross the line as well. I don't know how high he was on his time, but he's up in P5. Let's see what he can do now. He doesn't improve there. He's down a 10th, but he's gonna go again. He has time for one more lap because we're approaching the end of quali here, so we'll see. Many SLR or 2SF1. Yeah, there's a handful.
There goes, and there goes one of them around the final corner, and it is wow, coming across, and he puts it so close to Brabner, Carsten, and Illigner.
Wow.
So close. He's got his driver number as the gap to the others, funnily enough, as he pulls to the side. This is the end of his. This is the end of his qualifying session, and Carsten has improved once again, but he doesn't make pole this time. So once again for this season, Carsten has been beaten in quali, but only just by Felix Rupert. But this is not a done deal yet. We've got
Olive's still on a flyer, I think.
Yeah, but he's apparently down to 10th, which is a little bit of a shame.
Dear, yeah.
He has. He said he's grinded quite a bit for this track, and I have some sad memories about that, because last season in the Nurburgring race, I was, you know, in the middle of Olive and Carsten, 4 seconds to both of them. Then Olive just decided to drive well, and took P2 off of me, which I didn't like. So, yeah.
You don't need to worry, because now you can brag about being a 2SRL Formula 1 winner. So.
It's true, but Olive cannot brag about being a Nurburgring pole sitter as he pulls to the side, and stays in P6 for now. What's Chumley gonna do? For those who don't know, Samuel Chumley, best name on the grid. This is somehow pronounced Chumley and not Cholmondeley. And
Cholmondeley we don't talk about.
Yeah, he died in Spa Season 1. He is up a little more than 1/10 of a second, so he might compete with Olive for that P5. He has won the championship in Season 2, and has been struggling. He said it is time to complain about the Audi again, and his teammate Mills responded with, every week is time to complain about the Audi again, so
They might not have to complain this time, though. Let's see what they can do. Chumley goes P5 there, and Mills is about to cross the line as well. So good quality from Sam. Yeah, getting back into the rhythm. Let's see what Mills can do. He's already had a good enough quality session. He goes P7.
Very nice. Mills. Oh, this is just gonna make the Mills no even sadder. As Ruben van den Hudding, who you also probably know as Light Cruiser from SLR, is down in P12. He's been really strong at the start of the season, and he kept getting taken out there, and now and now he's not getting taken out anymore. But somehow his pace has disappeared in a way. As we will go for our usual grid walk, as I try to find the front of the grid. This is the wrong button. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna get the championship standings. Every time someone changes the setup, it dislocates the camera. So this is what, that's what is happening right now. If you're wondering why I'm bouncing around like this. So let me take a look at the standings. So we have got on pole for the first time, Felix Rupert on the left from Luxembourg, finished second twice in a row. Alongside him, Alexander Karsten won every single race of this season so far, and he's certainly gonna be a tough challenge. Then George Brabner, 2 poles this season, no win this season. Maybe you can change it from row 2. Then we've got Dominic Illigner. He's finished third 3 times out of 5 races. And has been really consistent. Maybe he can aim for something a little bit higher. Sam has gotten a solid qualifying in that Audi today, P5, but I'm sure he'll aim higher. Olivier must have been a little bit disappointed, but he will certainly follow the top as well. Then we've got Mills, leading silver class. He has had I'm pretty sure a self-described terrible season so far, but maybe this can be the end of it. Pavel Gaida a little bit out of position in qualifying in the Bentley in P8. Then his teammate Kennedy Chikeka, second in silver class alongside Paulos Takos, also silver class driver. On the 6th row of the grid, we've got Berbatovic alongside Ruben van den Hudding. Then that Bans, aka René Bond in P13. Alongside Kubson, Jakub Maciejewski in P14. Nico Veldman in P15. The teammate of the pole sitter Felix Rupert is Christian Stricker, and he has qualified 16th. Then we've got Tim Krushwa 17th alongside Witkowski. Marius Torres in P19. Dead Pixel is a reserve driver for today, and he's in P20. Then we've got Ryan Noppen alongside Viktor Czerwinski. Then Jos Mersman, Jasper Smelt, and the last car is not on my top 25, so I need to check who that is. It's probably Visser, isn't it?
That's Visser, yeah.
Yeah, that's Dragon from SLR. So he's
doing his usual last to first challenge.
Is he doing it intentional? I don't understand why.
I don't know if he's doing that intentionally. I hope not, but yeah, it's his choice. But he usually does good in the race, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I know some people do struggle with quali, myself included. So yeah, and also but then it's only a matter of what you can do in the race. Unfortunately, I can't do anything in the race, but some people can, and Dragon is one of those people. So who can?
It's been consistently good at keeping himself out of trouble with those guys behind. I believe he's still only a reserve driver, so
yeah, he's only a reserve.
Stakes are low in a way, and he can race for fun. And yeah, also as you can see, the sun is a little bit low. We're gonna drive into some dusk later on in this race, which essentially means the session will be a good bit quicker than your usual Nurburgring race, because in low track temperatures are just faster. Tires don't overheat as much, you can push more, you got more grip. So that means that this session will probably be a bit faster as it heads into darkness. I hope we can still see well by the end of it, because it would be a shame if not. And Dragon is not a reserve anymore, so that must have changed. I saw he was in the same livery as Taurus usually is. Wait, Taurus is racing. I thought his wheel broke. Huh.
I guess he even fixed it. That's interesting. Yeah.
And that would be very good, because fixing it was painful.
Yeah, or maybe he got that sorted out. Thankfully. Speaking of wheels, I saw on. Oh no, yeah, Dragon's not a reserve. My bad. Yeah, he's actually full time now. So
Yeah, probably
that's good.
teammate of Taurus in that case, because I believe Taurus had lost his teammate. He's complained about it, that's a consistent theme for him, that his teammates always leave.
Oh man.
Oh, poor man. But maybe Dragon is the one to stay in the team
Mm.
until the end of the season,
one.
potentially. Yeah, I intentionally said it like that.
Oh no. Best said in the chat that Ruben forgot to fuel.
No! No!
Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna be real quick for like at least
2 seconds.
At
For
least
2 laps
two
and then
laps.
that's it.
Oh,
2 laps and oh no.
refueling isn't even allowed. What's he gonna do? Like
Yeah, there's no refueling. Yeah, so yeah, if for those who are for the new viewers, you can't refuel. We can only you have one mandatory pit stop, so you'll see that orange number 1 on the side there. That indicates whether or not the driver has made their pit stop. In that time, you can only change tires. You cannot refuel, so you gotta fuel for the whole 1-hour race and make sure you get that. Usually you can make a pretty good assumption, because there's a lot of data.
Yeah,
and
moving
Van
into
Hunting, he's
the
already in the
pits.
pits.
Yeah.
Is he retiring or?
I wonder if you can like load a different setup and start from the pit lane. I don't know if that's possible, but well,
I hope it is.
I hope for him as well. He's certainly gonna start last though.
But yeah, as long as he can start the race, because we know how fast he is in terms of coming from the back of the field.
Yeah.
He did it earlier this season. He was like he went from like last to 5th. So if anyone can do it, it's him. So let's just hope that that's the case. Otherwise, that's really disappointing. And yeah.
So,
but yeah, we're getting ready to start here.
We are indeed. We've got Rupert versus Carsten on the start. Alexander Carsten undefeated so far. Rupert looking like a driver able to step his game up consistently, maybe looking to take his potential first trophy today. But at the start, Rupert has got his nose a good bit behind Carsten, so they're gonna run side by side into turn 1, I'm pretty sure. I think, though, that the launch of Felix Rupert was better. Brabner in the background is looking to get a move on, as well as Chumley, who looks very aggressive. Iligna is placing his car on the outside. Carsten is beaten into turn 1, and there goes Brabner. Brabner down the inside of Carsten, so Carsten down to P3, Brabner now P2. Chumley has taken Iligna. They're gonna run side by side through that turn 2 in the 2 Audis. Iligna's got the inside, Chumley's got the asset, and I think the Brit can keep himself ahead as he goes really deep and he tries to carry it around the outside of the Season 3 champion Alexander Carsten. He can't make it stick though. Really clean start from what I've been seeing. Oh, we've lost car number 24.
Rutkowski is off the road, and Van Hunting does get it started from the pit lane. So good to know. As that in the background, Crucivar goes into the side there of Maciejewski, and they're both off the track.
That's huge. They are the silver class. Oh, that rejoin! That is a terrible rejoin. They are the championship rivals in silver class, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a penalty for Krusha, because that rejoin was pretty interesting. So drama for the silver class drivers, and this. What happened to Mills? Mills has dropped several places. He's down to P13 from his... no, wait, that's bugged. It's bug timing. So, Olive! Yeah. Olive's Olive's dropped it in the background. Let's see what happened there. He's just gone deep, and how has that gone so wrong? This is tragic. He must be absolutely gutted. My God.
So yeah, Maciejewski out of the race already. And Rupert making a huge gap already to Brabner, who is unable to catch up, but Carsten is still on the back of his rival here. Looking good so far for Rupert to make this gap and make as much of one as possible.
Oh, collision between Babatovic and Bon as Bans is forced to cut the chicane. Solid rejoin as I think Veld is giving him some respect space there, and as a response, he's not gonna get the position there as Bans rejoins a few positions down the order. The timings aren't updated quick enough.
Keeping an eye on the silver class fight here. Actually, Tacos and Chikeka trying to go down the inside here of Tacos, who's both of them up a couple positions here, and now in the lead of the silver class, and Mills is right on the back of them. So, yeah, Mills not having a great start, but still in this at least. We don't have the Mills no yet. So
yeah, and for everyone who's new and doesn't know, the driver numbers in the timing tower, the color in the background indicates which racing class they are in. White means pro class and gray means silver class. They've got separate championships. And, well, there's an overall championship and the silver class championship. We've got those two. And currently, I believe Tim Kurschwa is leading the silver class championship, but he's gonna lose some points after that collision with Maciejewski, who is second in the silver class championship. Takos, Chikeka, and Mills in a good position to capitalize on that. So we're gonna keep an eye out for that. The top three covered within a second.
Yeah, so far, looking in the back, I don't think everyone's kind of just slotting in. Actually, Rene is under pressure from Veldman, but not able to do anything there is the Audi. So Van's still holding on a little bit here, but you can see that
there goes
Porsche. Yeah, that Porsche is not strong in a straight line, so he's going to be struggling, and Jasper Smelt is going to be on the back of them as well. So yeah, there's a lot of struggle.
Smelt may be attacking Veld here because Veld didn't get the run he wanted. He had a Porsche in front of him. Maybe Smelt can use that slipstream and get past the Audi. It doesn't look like it, but Smelt has a look. He's just showing his nose. This is nothing more. And Takos still very close to Chikeka. Mills has dropped a little bit of pace and is now under attack from Bebatovic. Up front.
Karsten gets past Push while we weren't looking, so
let me check
Push
if
may
I
have
can
made a
find it in
mistake
the
somewhere.
replay. No, I can't. This is very tragic. The replay function in this game is a little bit hit or miss. In this case, it is miss. But yeah, Karsten up into P2.
And might be released here and to get after Rupert. So we'll have to see how good his pace is even with the injury. He still looks very fast, which again shows how good he is with this game so far. So we'll see if he can carry it over to keep his undefeated streak going.
Yeah, he has held that streak since the start of the season. He didn't race in the two races that closed out last season, so that's why his streak was cut. I think the last race he didn't win was Spa, where he had already won the championship, did last to first, and collided with Push. So that is how dominant he is. We've got yellow flags, but I can't see who it is. But it looks like everyone's still going in relative proximity to the field, which is good to see, of course, as it's already getting a little bit darker. The sun is setting over the Eifel.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye here. Olive, after his spin, is down in P20, not really making up too much ground. Here, as actually spinning out is Chavinsky? Sorry. In the Mercedes there, so...
We're gonna go on board with AI. He's just caught some grass and the curb didn't help either, so that is one off the road. He is a silver class driver and we are in nowhere because the replay function is brilliant on this game. So we have got that. Up front, it's gonna be the hunt now. Felix Rupert, a second of a gap to Karsten, but that doesn't feel like a lot when you know Karsten's CV, you know? So.
Oh, of course. So right now, nothing really major happening with the with the fights on track here. We're just kind of seeing people slot in, but we're 7 minutes in, so everyone's kind of probably just like managing a bit, and then we'll see the fights hopefully develop as this goes on. And Karsten, of course, already on the back of Rupert, so that comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore.
That was a little bit of a mistake from Takos. He got so close to the wall. I would be really, really surprised if he didn't pick up a warning doing that. But he's certainly feeling the pressure of that boat, of the Bentley of Kennedy Chikeka. And he is certainly all over the back. His silver class rival, can he take him into the hairpin? One of the widest radius hairpins on in any racetrack, I know, but the run towards it is not long enough. So no move from Kennedy Chikeka. Mills lurking in the background, still going strong, but he's under pressure from Babatovic, who himself has got Christian Stricker all over his back. Veld is still ahead of Smelt, so... Oh, what? Nico, no! He's round! What was that? I wasn't looking for a second. Let's see that on board, Nico, and that's just basically what Chavinsky did, but in the other way, and that's how quick it can It's control apart for him. Perfect timing of the camera, even though I'm sure Veld would have liked something else more. So that is another one down, I am afraid.
Meanwhile, yeah, Chikeka still right on the back of Tacos, who these two are really, really close to each other. But let's see if this is the time for Chikeka to do it. I believe it was his birthday yesterday, so he's probably hoping for a good result. It was his, Brabner's, and Visser's birthdays all yesterday. I know, so a lot of people here trying to get a good result to keep that, you know, get the high for the birthday. So
they're all hoping for presents.
Presents, yeah, and the present could be a good result, hopefully, for them. So we'll have to see. But speaking of Brabner, he is 2 seconds off the back of Karsten now, as he and Rupert have just kind of taken off at this point. So both of them looking very racy, but we'll see if Karsten is able to get the move done and do his usual thing of making the gap. But so far, it's looking not out of the. He's not out of this yet, or not out of this at all, I should say. Sorry. But Sam as well in P4, who's driving a good race, not able to get fully onto the back of Brabner as well. So we'll see how his pace develops. He's got Illigner and Gaida behind, both of them fairly close to each other. So, but the gaps are still a little bit spread out here.
Yeah, I mean, this is certainly not as bad in terms of overtaking as Laguna Seca or Zandvoort, but it is tough to overtake here. It's got one of these straights where getting like alongside a little bit is not that hard, but then actually making the move into the chicane.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you here. Actually, we might get a run here. Chikeka has a look down the inside, dive bombs the chicane and completely has to skip it. And he's going to have to get that position back there. Yeah, he's going to give it. And he's going to lose out to Mills, who... Oh, that's a weird spot to give it up, though. But, yeah, there is...
Oh, Tacos with a wiggle! Can this open the gap up for Mills, who is qualified on silver class pole? He's now got the slipstream. Tacos with a terrible run, but I don't think it's doing much. That Bentley absolutely rock solid in a straight line. Maybe Mills can do it on the brakes. He is later on the brakes, and he leaves the space, and that's Chris with an absolute dive bomb in the background, but still side by side fighting Tacos and Mills. But I'm pretty sure this is not gonna happen, even though he's on the outside. Mills is convinced of the opposite. He's gonna try and carry it around the Greeks' car.
Oh, but he's gonna have the inside now for the next turn. But yeah, no, Tacos cuts him off there. Very nicely done. And now Chikeka might have another run here to get that position back. He's onto the grass nearly. But Mills does give him enough space, and around the outside he goes. But yeah, again, you're gonna be brave if you want to do that. He's onto the curb there, and yeah, that's Bervatovic trying to get a move there as well. So a lot of racing going on here between these guys, Christian Stricker and Rene Bon, both on the back as well of this. So let's see if Bervatovic is gonna have a look down the inside, and he does.
And there goes Stricker. Chris got him as well. Kennedy's dropping like a stone, and that's. Bans, who's also coming, so this has gone all wrong for him. That one mistake in the chicane opened him up to Mills, and then trying to get Mills back. Oh, Mills is actually on a move for Tacos, and I think he's just gonna get the position. Mills back into silver class lead.
And now I gotta interrupt you here, because I think Karsten actually is not going to have a run here, so never mind about that. But Karsten right on the back of Rupert, so everyone's starting to go for the attack now, and the offense is starting
with an absolute lunge. I did not see this coming, and I don't think Rupert did either. But it didn't work. Rupert brilliantly giving him the space, carrying the momentum he needs, so he keeps himself ahead.
That might have compromised him.
Yeah, but also the Bentley's run must have been compromised too. But Carsten picks the outside line into turn one. Maybe he can make it work on the brakes. And the driver from Luxembourg is keeping his cool really well with the amounts of pressure you must have when you've got Alexander Karsten in your mirrors. But he's coping well with it so far. 12 minutes into this race, but just think about the situation when you're Rupert right now. You have to deal with this.
Oh, here goes Chikeka down the inside of Christian Stricker. They're going to make a bit of contact of wheel banging, but nothing crazy happening there. But Chikeka does get the move. I don't think Stricker's going to be too happy about that, and Rene Bon trying to feed it around the outside of him, but has to hang in the background there. So, yeah, everything taking off here. Mills now leading silver class. Tacos struggling a bit. Bervatovic is on the back of him and trying to get past there as well. So Tacos losing out there. And Mills the one making up the positions here. So good job to him so far. and he's just only a few positions behind his teammate now. But yeah, Karsten's still piling on the pressure, and the silver class area here piling on the pressure as well, mixed in with some of the pro class. So a lot happening here. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this.
Yeah, I certainly am. Silver class giving us some brilliant racing, and Felix Rupert has not made the mistake yet. But we know Carsten, we know he's quick, and we know he doesn't think twice about going for a move. He sees the gap, he goes, and he is able to brake in a way, brake precisely in a way that makes him stop the car exactly where he needs to. So it's most times clean, like it was in the last corner of the last lap. And now I wonder if he's gonna do the same thing again. Rupert has got PTSD
outside
from that, so he's covering the inside, and that might have just opened him up for a run from Karsten, who can take a later apex, carry more speed around the corner onto the straight. In the slipstream is the Bentley, and Felix Rupert again carrying the inside. It's the name of the game at the Nurburgring. Into turn 1. Late switch of line. This fight of the lead is not over yet. Karsten is not gonna concede, but Rupert giving him a run for his money.
Oh, keeping an eye on the background there. Brabner is clouding the curbs a little bit and falling a lot back, well off this fight here. He could technically be capitalizing if he were to catch up to them, because these two fighting might lose them some time. But Brabner just these two are just so fast. They're unable to that Brabner's unable to get up there, and also he's starting to fall a little bit behind into Chumley and Illigner, who are starting to catch up, and Gaida falling off the back of them. So these two are getting close to each other as well. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Back in silver class still. Stricker getting ahead of Barbatovic, so up to P9. Chikeka, where'd Chikeka go? Oh, he's still up there in P9. I think this is the up. It's not updating.
Wait, what's going on? Chikeka has got 2 positions. I don't know why. So maybe something happened between Stricker and Barbatovic, or Chikeka did a push to pass or something. But it's certainly shaken up there. So Chikeka back in the position right behind Tacos and Mills. Fighting for that sweet silver class podium. And now Karsten, we've seen this before. I feel like we're gonna see it a few more times in this race, but he is really close to Rupert, and I wonder how long this is gonna drag on. I mean, at this
you can just see how much speed he's carrying into the corners, how much more confidence he has in it. And even though Rupert's carrying a pretty good amount of speed, Karsten is just flying through them. And now let's see what he can do down the straight.
Is he gonna go to the inside? Rupert so far has done the intelligent thing by defending the inside every time. Karsten showing himself there, but Rupert knows what he's doing. He's really impressing me so far. And while all this fighting is going on, they're still gapping the rest of the grid. Brabner not able to be closer than 4.5 seconds. So Karsten and Rupert, 2 in a class of their own right now. And then we've got the midfield, or not the midfield, but the front runner scrap of Brabner, Chumley and Illigner. And a little bit of a gap to Gaida, who's driving around on his own. And then it's the silver class drivers, Mills, Tacos, Chikeka. Chikeka's caught onto the back of him again. So that's the state of our race right now. And there's some tension with this fight for number 1. I have to say, I how do you say? I enjoy it a lot as Rupert goes very deep, and I think that's just opened the door for Karsten. They're gonna run side by side in this place where you usually don't. Schumacher is coming up. They're gonna carry it round, and Karsten makes it stick. And now onto the curb. I think that was a little bit of a tap in the back, but yeah, that is a move done, and we're gonna need to make sure that we don't miss Rupert maybe trying to strike back as Karsten gets all out of shape there, and still didn't lose any proper time, I believe, and this might just be it. Now the question is, can he check out? And I think there's no move happening here, so I feel safe to look at the replay now to see what happened there. Oh, the replay's not long enough. This has apparently been 30 seconds. When's gonna be the...
Oh, Karsten completely counts the curb and makes a big mistake there into the S's, and he loses the position now because there goes Rupert down the inside and takes complete advantage of that.
I'm gonna watch the replay of it in a second. I'm still stuck in the old one. We're gonna see it in a moment.
Yeah, but it's not over here.
Yeah,
we'll have to see. Yeah, Karsten has a brilliant run still, though, because, yeah, Rupert's line is compromised there. He's going to try and go down the inside there, and Rupert has to give him space. Is he going to try for the switchback? Karsten does go a bit deep, and Rupert tries to switch it back here, tries to go around the outside right now and carry as much speed as he can, but Karsten now has the inside, and that might be the move again done. But again, Rupert has the outside,
Rupert!
and he's swooping it.
Wow.
But yeah, again, he's not able to do it. Yeah, because the outside's not the way to go, and Karsten does reclaim the lead even after that mistake. So, wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we gotta, yeah, this is a lot to watch here, and yeah, and we're not even done. The fight for P3 is going on in the background there as well, but wow, these guys lost a little bit of time, but still not enough for these three to catch up. So yeah, everything going on here in the Nurburgring.
Yeah, it's it's the replay. I wish I could just press escape to jump out of it. It's really annoying, because we missed the point where this fight swung back. But yeah, I'm wondering if this could change with the pit stop. Karsten usually want to pit at the latest possible moment, and I wonder if he's gonna hold it the same way when he's got Rupert breathing down his neck. Bans, aka René Bon, is the first one to pit. You can see his the indicator in the timing tower has just turned green, which means he has served his pit stop. He doesn't need to pit again, and I wonder if this opens the pit window up for the top two. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out here on Rupert and Karsten still. Rupert's not letting him go. Like, usually, like I said, Karsten usually takes off and is gone into the distance. Of course, this might be down to a little bit down to the fact that he is suffering from that injury, as we mentioned, but Rupert still is showing some pace here and is keeping him honest. But Karsten is making a little bit of a gap, but still Rupert within this fight still. So,
yeah. And exactly, if Karsten waits too long for the pit stop, Rupert has the pace to potentially just undercut himself ahead again, and that would be a problem for Karsten. He'd need to do all of that work again. We saw he took some five laps to get past once. I'm sure he doesn't want to do it again, and
yeah. Well, while you keep an eye out on that, I'm keeping an eye out here still on the fight for silver class second place here. Takos and Chikeka still on each other, or Takos still leading Chikeka, and Chikeka right on his back again. So this is part 2 of their fight. As we can see, Chikeka has a lot of piling on a lot of pressure, and Takos is making a couple little tiny mistakes, but nothing major, of course, and still holding his own in this fight. But Mills taking off here, and I don't want to say. I'm not going to say anything. You know what? No. But I'm not going to say anything about him. I'll just keep an eye out on this. But right now the gap is 1.8 and the lead for silver class. So great driving so far from Mills. And yeah, these two, Takos and Chikeka, their fighting might be helping him out here. And Stricker leading this three-man train here of Berbatovic and Olive and himself.
Yeah, Olive has come back after a spin. I think it was 20th, now he's in P12. So he's been going places, but of course it is not where he wants to be. Top 10 is probably the least he needs to do to not absolutely hate his guts after this race, but I'm sure he's a good bit more ambitious than that even. He's got the pace to probably get ahead of this battle group and then maybe be some trouble for the silver class drivers who are fighting side by side up ahead, as Chikeka had a little bit of a look on Paulos Takos there, but Takos stays ahead for now. I wonder if anyone's gonna dive into the pit lane at this time. It is a no. 40 minutes to go. Usually the time where people start doing the undercuts, because you can get comfortably to the end on the tires, and the track position is just worth so much that the undercut is almost always the right call, which is why I'm surprised no one has pitted yet. It could be, except Bans, it could be the ticket back in front for Felix Rupert. Marius Torres pits.
So yeah, one more driver into the pits. I'm keeping an eye out on René's times. Here, let's see what he is able to do. There's a bit of team orders between, I think, Witkowski and Veldman there in the back that I just caught. So 55.8 is René's best time. We'll see what he's able to do when he comes around. But still keeping an eye out here. Karsten is starting to pull the lead, so it's now or never for Rupert to get on with this. because once Carson breaks free of the pressure, or pretty much breaks free of like about 1.3 seconds or something, then from then on out he takes off into the distance. So we'll have to see.
Tacos! I think Tacos just kicked up some dust there because he.
What happened? Wait, did Rupert just disconnect for me?
Oh no, he's gone. Yeah, he is. But wait, 97. Who's 97? It's Babatovic. But there's some fighting going on for Chiquika Tacos, and Chiquika takes the position, and yeah, there goes Stricker on him as well, as they're gonna run side by side into the chicane. But I think he gets this done, and it is indeed happened. Rupert is disconnected. This is the most tragic thing. My God, he was having such an amazing run. And now
that is, we just got. Yeah, I feel like we just got robbed of a fight because it was not over. The undercut was gonna happen potentially. So, and we know Carson likes to run long. So, man,
this is like the worst.
Yeah, but I mean, the good news for I guess the Audis is that Team Fuki Wookie is gonna take a lot of points now. And they were already going to. Now they're going to take a bit more, and everyone moves up one position. But I mean, still.
Yeah, at what cost?
It is looking like 6. Yeah. What did it cost? Everything.
Rupert. Oh no. This is.
Yeah.
This is
that
the second.
Ruined the mood of the race, and even though we do have a lot of fighting going on still, that's not the only thing that was going on in this race. Chris, somebody pit. Who is it? Where is he? Tacos pit. So that fight is gonna re-emerge later on. Van den Hudding recovering a lot from that pit lane start up in the P12. He's pitting though, so we'll see where he feeds out and how he fares. So now Chumley into the podium positions, and Illigner up there fighting with him. So for the first time, he would be looking at a podium finish, but Illigner wanting another P3 to add to the collection. Brabner looking like he's gonna get another P2 because look, he just taken off from these guys a little bit, so their fighting may have helped out. Babratovic making a mistake there in the back as well, so him falling out of the fight there as a late dive into the pits for Illigner, crossing over the line, and going to be trying the undercut on Sam, who usually is the one to do the undercut.
It is his move.
Well, so surprising.
Yeah. It's his move, and it's being pulled on him, and hoping.
Trust no one, not even your own undercut.
Yeah, I hope no one of Illigner and Brabner sped. Maybe. Okay, this is a very interesting theory, but it actually sounds too in depth that people actually like think about that. But hear me out. The track temperature is really low because we've got dusk going on, so maybe the undercut is weaker because the tires wear less.
Yeah, true.
Maybe, like, pitting 20 laps in, just 20 minutes in just doesn't give you the same edge on grip that it usually does. But, I mean, it must be, like, a relatively small advantage, but it would explain why everyone seems to be waiting a lot longer than usually today, because normally by this time we would have everyone into the pits. Now it's about half of the grid. We're gonna see, of course, what Sam does, who has got half a lap to go until he has his next chance to enter the pit lane, if he even wants to by then.
Let's see how
Yellows.
See, we got yellows
it's car
somewhere.
21. Who's that? That's
Oh, that's Tacos. So he's made a mistake. So that's going to be huge for that fight up there with Chiqueka and the others. So yeah, he's just lost a lot of time, and now he's behind Smelt and Bond. So I
think he lost. I don't know if he lost it on his own. There was a Trigon racing car right behind him, but they felt like they were too far from each other to have made contact. But yeah, that's certainly gonna decide his position in the top 3 for Silver Class, making the way for Chiqueka and Mills. One less person to deal with.
Yeah, right now, Illigner, I think Brabner might have had a slow pit stop or something, because Illigner is right on his back and trying to pile on as much pressure as he can. So depending on if these two fight hard enough, Sam might make the overcut work, but we'll have to see, because I don't know if this is them two gaining time or not, or we'll have to see where they fare out. But Sam might have to pit soon, as Gaida does pit, and Sam stays out. So interesting tactics from Sam Chumley. See if this works out or not. We're getting a handful more people in the pits. Chikeka, notably, Gaida, and I think Witkowski into the pits. Yeah, so we'll see how they fare. And see if Brabner is able to respond to this pressure by keeping it ahead and keeping his nose clean here.
Yeah, and I really wonder where they are gonna come out after this. Are they costing each other too much time or not?
Yeah,
is Sam gonna come out in P2 or in P4? This is the question, because I mean, I wonder where they are gonna be at the end of this race. I'm gonna have a quick look at the championship table, because this is where this has relevance. And let me quickly check in on them. They are, of course, all pro drivers, so they are in the overall standings, and it is, well, Carsten's run away with this, but wait, I just need to do some maths. Give me a second. Okay, Carsten can't win the championship today. That's calming that I didn't miss that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was actually wondering. I think if he could win it next time out.
Yeah, you could.
Right?
Well, if Iligna doesn't score, but like right now it looks good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iligna is in P2 in the standings with 61 nice points to his name. Then we've got Pavel Gaida, who is struggling a little bit further down the order, actually coming out of the pits.
Sam pits now.
Yeah, Sam into the pit lane finally. So we've got Gaida in P3 and 66 points. Then it's Brabner P4 with 63. Then Rupert, who has 53 and DNFs today because of his internet. So this is how how all of this looks. Sam is...
Right now there's a fight going on in the background. Sorry to interrupt you. It's Berbatovic, Veldman, and Forrest McCormack, aka Pixel, and Karsten is approaching all three of them. So three Tier 1 drivers from 2S F1 are former, I should say, because Berbatovic is dropped out, yeah, because ACC good, F1 game bad. But yeah, I'll see if this hampers Karsten any sort of time, or if it costs him any time, because yeah, they're all fighting, and oh no, that's actually spinning out is which one is that? Was that
no,
Witkowski,
Val's McCormack, I'm pretty sure, as but Barbatovic goes down the inside of Veltman, but they're gonna still be side by side, and behind them we've got the Bentley waiting. If I was Carsten, I would just pit now to be sure, but yeah, the first one makes way, and now you have to hope that Barbatovic is aware of the blue flag rules. Yeah, Veld does not give his former teammate a tough time, but this is a little bit of time loss. Of course, Carsten can sort of
he's not moving.
Yeah, he's not moving.
Yeah, he might have to pit now. Yeah, is he gonna pit? Yeah, he's not gonna risk it. Yeah, smart from Karsten. Yeah, he might not be happy. I mean, with that, he's just gonna be like, maybe if he wanted to go longer. And now is when I'm going to say that this is the time, right when, depending on what Mills does, is when we stop the count and red flag the race. So we'll see where Mills Mills does here real quick. I want to see what he does. Is he okay? He's going into the pits. Never mind. But we can still stop the count. Hashtag stop the count right now. As Sam actually, I should have mentioned, he came out right in front of Brabner and Iligner.
Wow.
We forgot to mention that because we're watching that fight go down.
Yeah.
So the overcut did work.
That is incredible. I did not expect that. And Sam, Sam finds himself ahead again through strategy. He has, of course, won Season 2. And as someone who didn't like him is winning Season 2 because I wanted to defend the title, and I wasn't able to because Sam was just too good. I can tell you, he always comes out in pit stop strategy, but he used to do it because of the undercut, and then he was sort of the trendsetter. Everyone started undercutting because he won a championship on undercutting, basically. Always got himself from the midfield fight to P1 because he pitted 3 or 4 laps earlier than everyone else, and then everyone started pitting early, and now he's pitting late and is making it work, which is brilliant stuff from him. I don't know how he does it, but he's on the top of his strategy.
We'll have to see, though, if he can hold it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Here comes Karsten. Wait, what happened to Karsten? He lost a lot of time there, and actually, Sam takes the lead. He's down to P4. What?
I have no clue what happened, but we've got a fight. We've got a race that I had actually. Sam Chumley is leading a race. This is crazy. What? I have no idea. Is this
what
reality?
on earth happened? This is
my first thought.
This is incredible.
My first thought was that Carsten had lapped them. That's how far like I was from accepting the fact that he's not in the lead. But now he has to gain 3 positions on this Nurburgring in the nighttime, and it's gonna be a challenge. And I feel like we're in for an absolute banger of a race finish. 27 minutes to go, 3 cars to pass for Alexander Carsten. How can they do? How long can Illigner hold him up? Can he save himself ahead of George Brabner to not be the first attacked by the Bentley?
Mills is up in a P6 ahead of Gaida, I think. Is that?
Yeah, it's
no.
Okay, it's just the time
P6. Sorry. Yeah, my timings are glitched out. So Chikeka's P7, Bond P8. So Takos' mistake costing him severely. He could have been up there in the fight there, but Mills still leading Silver Class by quite a comfortable margin, 4 seconds, and Rene up in a P3 and Chikeka P2. But right now the fight for P1 in this race is going to be the one to watch out for, because this is going to probably go down to the wire, and Carsten may have made some sort of a mistake or lost some time somewhere on his in-lap. So, hey, let's go Mills. We got Mills support in the chat, and I agree. Yeah, he's driving a fantastic race. His teammate as well, though,
yeah,
Sam Chumley in P1 of this race.
Both
Brabner
in P1.
and Brabner eyeing his first, first victory since season 1, I believe. Unless, did he win in season 2? Or did he not race season 2?
He won Silverstone, and that was it.
Yeah. Silverstone, and he won on track in Spa, but had a penalty at the end for a collision with I believe it was Kimi or Chris. Yeah, so Kim Novak won that one. But yeah, he knows how it feels to win, and look how close these 4 are. So and Sam winning last in season 2, I think it was, or did he win? No, he won in season.
No, in season 3 only Salman and Carsten.
Yeah,
Carsten Gaida won in Spa. And then I don't know who won the last 2. I think one was the Polish.
Olivier won. Olivier won once in France. Not in France. Was it somewhere? I forget where. But yeah.
Did he?
I'm forgetting. Somewhere. That might have been season 2, actually. I'm thinking of. But yeah. Illigner has not won yet. So he's eyeing his first victory, and Carsten is eyeing to keep his winning streak alive. Which
yeah, it's not gonna be.
I don't think in any Why isn't Carsten? Yeah, futuristic coming in at the worst time here, questioning. So yeah, Carsten suffering from a bit of an injury and also having a poor pit stop, so he's down to P4. And but you can see he is rapid on the back of Illigner, and Illigner not wanting to lose this position because he is P2 in this championship, and he wants to have, if he wants any hopes of fighting for it still for P1, he's got to finish ahead of him, and he needs to get ahead of Brabner and Chumley here. But that's easier said than done, of course, and you can see Brabner is losing a bit of time here, so Sam needs to make this gap work, and he is on the second freshest tires of these 2, or of these 4. Carsten on the freshest, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. What's also funny is that this fight here is just reverse championship order. I mean, it's not exactly, but like Carsten is 4th and he's leading the championship.
Oh,
but now he wants to upset the order, and he does what he did on Rupert, and Illigner did not see it coming. He would have if he had watched the broadcast.
Run. I don't know if he got a better run there actually, but Carsten is gonna have a tiny bit of slipstream in the back there. Let's see if Illigner is able to send it. He's keeping up with him. Is he gonna have a look down the inside? No, he's not. Just tries to scare him offline. But you're a brave man if you think that will work on Alexander Carsten.
Oh, as Brabner's got an unleashed beast behind him. He wants to wants to get Sam between himself and Carsten. He's been passed by Carsten once this race already. Of course, he was in P2 for a little bit at the start, and now it's a whole different game. We've got 23 minutes to go, and Carsten looks so determined to win this. He's picked off Illigner easy, but the others must have seen that in the mirror. Like, they must be prepared for what's coming, and they will cover the inside in the last corner. But just the threat that the threat that he builds up by letting everyone know that he's willing to make the pass there is going to force them to compromise their runs. And now you can already see Brabner is dropping a little bit from Chumley because he knows he needs to defend. One mistake and he's down to P3, and it's probably attacking his nerves a little bit. Look at how close the Bentley is. He has to work for it like he didn't have to before this season, and now...
Yeah, now we're gonna see. We've seen Karsten's ability to pull a gap. Now we're gonna see his ability to fight through the pack. And so far, he's not disappointing and showing his prowess. But now Brabner gets a 4 run here, and Alexander Karsten, the championship leader, trying to make it work. But Brabner later on the brakes, but might actually compromise him, and now makes a mistake there, and actually is going to lose 2 positions here. And Karsten actually
is on the outside of push. They're gonna fight side by side into turn 1. Karsten into P2, and he only has 1 car to go. Eligner slots in behind push, who probably had a compromise run, but he's still getting slipstream from the Bentley. I wonder if the Audi straight line speed is gonna be enough. I don't think so, but maybe he can make it work on the brakes. He knows he needs to pounce now. Goes to the outside line. Can he keep the momentum going? No, he can't, so it stays P4. Brabner saving his skin there, but this all is letting Karsten escape, who's now got only 1 to go. We've got our Season 2 champion in the lead ahead of our Season 3 champion, and they're gonna have a little scrap, and it's gonna be exciting, I am sure. But so far he's dealt so well with them. I really wonder how he's gonna do against Chumley. Rupert's certainly the biggest resistance he's met this season so far, this race so far, but also this season, honestly. So I wonder if Chumley can maybe one-up it. He's got the experience, he has got the title to back his credentials up, and maybe he can make him work for it.
So right now, yeah, the gap is a little bit comfortable, but for the lead, I mean, we know how fast Sam is, but is it fast enough to keep ahead of Karsten here? Meanwhile, Push struggling severely here, unfortunately for him, and Illigner all over the back of him, trying desperately to get past here. I will give a shout out here as well in the background to Vanden Hudding, who from the pit lane up to P12 shows you how capable he is with that Lamborghini. So great job from him so far.
Yeah. Also, Olive has gotten himself at least into the top 10 and
Oh, Sam made a mistake, I think, somewhere. Because now look, Karsten's right on the back of him. So this is actually going to be this is going to be crucial. Sam covers the inside a bit late, as actually, oh, that's nearly onto the grass for Karsten. He was already looking down the inside, and Sam moved late, but hopefully nothing major there. But yeah, not exactly great, as Push has to defend from Illigner, who has a look down the inside here into the first complex here. As around the outside he goes, tries to get the switchback, but unable to do it. That line would probably work in the rain, but I don't think it's going to work as well in the dry.
Karting line, let's go.
The karting line, yeah. I mean, sometimes it does work, depending on the run you get out of it with the switchback. But yeah, not in this case. In the rain, it's a very great line to take, but...
Oh, is that actually a move happening here? Antoine Olivier lunges to the inside of René Bon. This is for P9. Olivier on his recovery drive after he spun himself out of the S's early on into the race. But Bance is covering this off. He's currently in P3 of silver class, P9 overall. And Antoine Olivier wants to get past. He gets squeezed to the very edge of the track. Bance is having none of Olivier's funny games here. And he's keeping himself ahead, but we need to jump. Where's my mouse? We need to jump back to the front. I hope I'm not missing anything, as Olivier now going for the inside line on Bone. And I think this is actually a move now. They're gonna run side by side through the hairpin, but it's so valuable to have the inside line there, and their Bance is squeezed onto the outside. So Olivier takes the position, and we're right back with the leading pack, or the leading pair, I should say, because they've checked out from Push and Illigner. Still... I mean, you could throw a blanket over them, and into the final corner. Karsten doesn't do his signature move. I mean, signature move now. He's deployed it multiple times this race. But down the main straight, he considers that to be the better location to go for one. And that
Sam defends the inside here.
Yeah.
So let's see if he can do it here. Around the outside goes Alexander Carsten to try and reclaim the lead. Sam holding the inside line, gets the corner under control and has to back out. Is Alexander Carsten. So good job from Sam so far, not cracking under the pressure of the 5-time race winner, who is trying to make that 6 out of 6. So this is going to be a very difficult 18 minutes, probably the longest of Sam's life. So
I know the feeling.
We'll have to see how he responds to it. About 10 laps, I would say, maybe.
Yeah,
how many
that
laps?
Sounds about right.
Actually, no. About
like
about
8 or 9.
9 laps, I would say.
Yeah, somewhere there, but there Sam makes a little bit of a mistake. He goes really deep, but this is not really an overtaking spot, so he might just be fine. Though we've seen Carsten taking, who was that? Brabner? No, it was Rupert actually in a very unusual spot before in this race. So Sam needs to stay on his toes and make sure he doesn't slack in one corner, because that would be the instant loss of the race lead. I really wonder how big the slipstream can be if you're a Bentley trying to tuck in behind an Audi. By the way, that car is like double the height. Like how?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's one for the physicists in the chat to answer. I don't know. I don't do physics. I'm an English.
I'm an engineer. I have no clue what I'm talking about.
I mean, I have a bachelor's in English, and if I will be getting a master's in education. So the only thing I can educate myself on is
how to read.
Why I don't know how to read. Yeah. So.
Oh God!
That is a late time!
And he's done it again, and this time for the race lead, and he's absolutely caught him off guard. Sam has apparently not watched his mirrors closely enough while Carsten was still dealing with Illigna, and with that brilliant move, he gets himself ahead. And I think this is clear. I wanna watch this again. From Alexander Carsten. He just sees, oh, this is precision work, this is brilliant. He almost gets his car out of shape, squeezing so tightly between the Audi and the pit wall. And what an absolutely incredible way to take the win. You can't even, I mean, he's got the pace, and today he's
right there, spies the gap. It might have been what Ayrton Senna was talking about, and that when it's taken out of context, it might have been taken out of context many times in the like as the years have gone on, but that is one of the cases of what he might be meaning. If you no longer go for that gap, then you are no longer the racing driver.
I think
Alexander Carsten is a race car driver.
Pretend driver, but it's
a virtual race car driver, maybe, but a race car driver nonetheless. There, so it looks to be 6 out of 6.
Oh, someone's off in turn 1. That is car number 10. That is Marius Torres. Don't know what happened to him. Let's take a little look. How could it go wrong there? Does he hit the grass, or what's going on here? Oh, that is quite peculiar, I've gotta say. But luckily, Babatovic and Takos stay, are aware and don't run into the parked car. And what I'm trying to. What I would like to add, I think Carsten's today definitely earned himself the right to quote Senna, because normally people,
absolutely.
Normally people who quote Senna like that are just trying to justify their stupid dive bombs, but this has been very impressive.
I wouldn't call that a stupid dive bomb. I would call that a precise move. I mean, sure, there was contact. People are gonna say, oh, but he made contact with Sam. Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, Sam was like caught unaware, so
watch them in real
I mean,
life.
I'm not taking away from Sam. I'm not taking away from Sam there, because Sam, I wouldn't have expected it either. So I don't blame Sam for not seeing that.
Oliver and Chris, Oliver returning or recovering on his recovery drive, forehead. Is really close to getting P8 now, which seems to be the maximum he can extract out of this today, but it would be solid recovery from P20. Just a shame he threw it away so early into the race. And Chris needs to hold on to that P8 for a few more laps. I would say about 7 or maybe 8. So I'll try. I mean, the Carsten maneuver was like, that was just textbook GT3 passing. GT3s are a lot more stable than open wheel cars. These cars are absolute tanks. So especially with the fact that overtaking is very hard in these machines, because the tracks are often like narrow, and you don't really, you don't really get to do the amazing, like the easy agile moves from F1. Like, there's contact in basically every GT3 pass, and as long as it stays respectful, both get away without damage and stay on track, it is considered a clean overtake. So this about hits the definition. And since it happened, Carsten has been doing his Carsten thing, aka stretching his legs a lot, and pulling away from Samuel Chumley, who still, even if he has lost the potential win by getting overtaken there, is still on for a great result in P2, just ahead of George Brabner and then Dominic Illigner. This is gonna turn the tables in the championship a little bit as well. Brabner's gonna close up a little bit. I think he's gonna overtake Geider here and get close to Illigner at least. So Illigner probably gonna stay P2, and Sam might use this as you know, a jumping off point to get himself involved in that scrap for P2. He has finished, I mean, the top 3 for the past 2 seasons were both Carsten, Chumley, and Van den Herding, in different orders between the seasons. And yeah, so far Van den Herding and Chumley are not in the top 3. Maybe Chumley can get some momentum going. He's still got half a season left to do it, and today is certainly a good starting point. He just needs to keep it clean now and hope that Illigner relieves some pressure off of him, because the German is very, very close to push. And further down the order, let's have a look what is happening between Olive and Stricker. They are still running information, just like as we left them, and it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see, because I am sure Olive has the pace on Chris. No disrespect to Chris, but Olive is certainly a fast driver and has been recovering extraordinarily well so far. And usually it's just a question of time when you've got a quicker driver behind the slower one. But this is not F1. He doesn't get DRS. He doesn't get the free overtake. He needs to do it all on his own. And on a track where the straight isn't quite that long, like the Nurburgring, that is often a very difficult thing to pull off. And he's got 10 minutes to do it, to make it work.
Let's see now. I don't know if this is the run that Illigner needs here. He set a personal best last time out, but now he's almost a second down on it in terms of lap time. So you can see he does have some pace here. See Brabner a little bit slower that time around as well still. So Illigner trying his best to get past here and possibly extend this advantage, because you can see the P3 here as actually push goes a little bit wide, but holds that position. So just about keeping it under control there. So yeah, right now he wants that podium position. He wants that podium finish, but Brabner just holding it very carefully here as we have 10 minutes to go now.
Yeah, he's finished P3 3 times. He wants to make it 4. He could have arguably finished.
And meanwhile, oh, there's a bit of contact. No, as oh no. Okay, we're okay. Stricker bonks Olive, but slows down and lets him recover it.
Let me
that
watch
could have been
the
a lot
replay.
worse.
There goes Olive, and Chris saw that coming.
No.
Yeah, he saw that
this
coming in
turn
turn 1, but then.
moment.
Oh no! Oh, Chris, what are you doing? Oh no.
This has been an Aris moment.
Absolutely. Well,
But yeah, now that lets Smelt and Rene get back up to them, because Smelt getting past Rene for P10 earlier there, and now he's going to be on the back of these two. So that's not worked out for them very well.
also, no, I'm not gonna say it. This is gonna be considered jinx.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, we're not saying anything. I know what you're saying.
No,
I know what
I
you're
wasn't
thinking. We're
even
not saying
pointed
it.
at a specific person, but I feel like the specific person might be the one in trouble because of that thing that happens in races when you drive off track 4 times, and we haven't had that from anyone today.
Okay,
I'm just telling the viewers. Okay.
Okay, because last time I said something nice about someone or complimented somebody, then they freaking went off the road and just like yeeted somebody or something happened. Sorry, Olive, but I've learned to shut my mouth when it comes to ACC.
Yeah, never say anything nice.
commentating.
Never say anything nice about anyone. You're just wishing them death, honestly.
Yeah,
Also,
like yeah.
Also, apparently, Rupert saying that his internet is fine, but ACC just can't connect to the servers right now. And he says they're going by championship hopes for P2 as well. I mean, the fact that he's able to like write in chat makes me think he's probably got a point. This is probably down to ACC servers, or just
sometimes it happens. It happened to me once. It used to happen to me with a commentary. I think like season 1 or 2. I was having some issue where it just kept kicking me from the server.
For P14. This is Veld with a chance at doubling his points tally, and that's exactly what it does. P14 now for him. Gets himself ahead of Paulos Tarkas, who's been fighting for that silver class win early on in the race, but it's slowly gone downhill from there for him. That's how English works. Let's go.
Yes.
I did it, boys.
I wouldn't know. I can't read or write or anything, you know. Yep. So, anyways, I
think
this is going to be good for, this is going to be interesting for silver class, I think. We mentioned it earlier, but, the fact that Krusevar and Maciejewski took each other out on lap 1 is not going to be, I don't think that's going to sit well with them, but that's going to open up the silver class standings here. I think Rene might be the one taking the most out of it. Chikeka is going to gain a lot, and Mills will make up some positions as well. So interesting to see how this goes down.
It's
so
absolutely dark by now, but I still must say, like rain racing, right? There's no rain races with Alexander Carsten in the lobby. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the only 2 times, the 2 times Carsten didn't show up last season, it rained.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I believe, Kailami.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rained in Kailami. For
Yeah, half the race.
Okay. Well, it was raining, but it was like greasy. The track was greasy, so no wet tires. And then it started off greasy in Bathurst, and then just the rain poured down. So the first 9 minutes of that race was just pure chaos. I remember, and then after that, it was just nothing.
Yeah, it was. So, I remember being. I mean, I was teammates with WoW, and we were giving each other challenges of taking the kink on the back straight flat in the rain. I never pulled it off. He did once. He said he had to catch his car, but it's possible. So, yeah, that's what rain does. Yeah, the story with rain and ACC is funny. We've turned it on in season 2. We basically forced it in the preseason race, so the track was completely flooded. Then I put the percentage down a little bit, so it would have been expected to have like 15% rain chance or something. And there was not a single rain race in that season. Then I turned it up to like 20%. That it should be like 1 full rain race and 1 half rain race. And people were complaining, man, your percentages are all wrong. How is this possible? How is it not rained? I'm calling BS on your rain settings, and I just didn't know what to do. And then Carsten doesn't drive for once, and he was one of them who really wanted the rain. He's not there. Kailami, transition conditions, Bathurst, he doesn't race, full rain. So we got, over the season, we actually got the predicted 10% of transition and 10% of full rain, but it was the last 2 races, and was when the one person who wanted the rain wasn't there, which is, it's sad for Carsten,
ACC server
but
admins,
it's hilarious.
The ACC server admins, when they see Alexander Carsten out racing, I'm going to commit what you call a pro gamer move.
Honestly, yeah.
So Illigner still piling the pressure onto Brabner, and Brabner still not giving it to him. So this P3 is not out of reach just yet, but Illigner's running out of time here.
Certainly is, and someone who likes the fact that we are running out of time towards the end of this is Samuel Chumley, who is 1.5 seconds ahead of Brabner. I expected it to go the other way. I thought he needed to defend from them right as Carsten passed him, but instead he has been able to hold that gap. The fighting of the 2 guys behind have made it fairly comfortable for him, I imagine. Still gonna push really hard, but as comfortable as it gets running in P2 and 2SRL Assetto Corsa. And Brabner, meanwhile, yeah, he's got the Audi up his rear, and that is certainly not comfortable. But there's an end in sight. We're gonna watch Carsten as he is gonna cross the start-finish line for, I think, the 3rd to last time? Yes. Yeah. So 2 laps after this. 3 minutes to go. So we've got 2 more coming. Where are Brabham and Eligna? They are heading into the final corner. Are there any other fights going on? I think this one is... I mean, this is obviously the closest. And we've got actually... No, that's not Guy. That's, I believe, Ryan Noppen, lapped car behind them. Or is it Meersman? It's one of the two. It is Meersman, who has been lapped. With quite the aggressive NVIDIA sponsorship on his wing. Goddamn. So... that is how that looks. Babatovic and Veldman are somewhat close on track. So Veldman, since he's passed Takos, has pulled a gap and is looking for more, but I feel like he's running out of time. So I don't expect any movement to happen there, but if it does, then we're gonna try and show it, of course.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here. Let's see, where is it? I'm keeping an eye out on the back as well a little bit, to see how some other people are faring. I know Noppen and Meersman, so the Trigon Academy drivers, both not really in it as somebody disconnected. What happened there?
I do not know, but we're down a driver. But it was someone out of the higher regions. I think it's... No, it's not GK.
Wait, where's Vance?
Oh, yeah, Vance.
Vance disconnect.
Yeah, he is gone.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh no.
Wow.
So yeah, even more drama for Silver Class. So Takos is still gonna get P3.
Yeah, back into the
there he is in the chat. Yeah, what happened?
No. This is, and the sad thing, it is probably not even close to being as hilarious as Mills' disconnect from last time. As got one.
Yeah, that's just upsetting. I mean, it is kind of funny because I know that I can see down the field there in the McLaren, Honda, Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso Racing garage. Right on the last lap, the car has an engine failure, which I mean has been something that the McLaren Honda car has been struggling with for the past 6 years now.
I mean, it's gotten better since they took the Honda chassis and the McLaren engine. Worked better.
Yeah. When it went the other way around, but I mean, still, they're still suffering from reliability issues, and it seems like it seems like a piston failure. So
Thanks, Bans. It's been a good race so far. So certainly gonna enjoy the last minute as well.
I'm sure there's gonna be a big debrief with Fernando Alonso and Maximilian Verstappen, who is him and the Portuguese army are gonna be quite upset.
Dropping
Sanix
all
didn't even bother,
on the last lap. Yeah, Sanix just, I mean, he crashed and I imagine big damage. He got T-boned by Maciejewski, which, to be fair, wasn't Maciejewski's fault at all. Sanix has reported himself for it, I already saw. So, I expect some FIA action on that front. And, Brabner has got one straight he needs to sit out, and I think then he can celebrate that podium. And he's actually gotten really close to Sam. I wonder if Sam is, turned it down a little bit to make sure that he doesn't throw this away so close to the line. Carsten is, of course, the closest to the line. That's not quite right, there's some lapped cars, but, or almost lapped cars. We've got Pixel. Wait, Pixel's actually having a fight, I believe, with Ryan Noppen. Yeah, so that's going on. We're going to watch that right at the end, but...
Coming across the line, though, the guy who... It seemed as though he was going to lose that streak. It seemed as though he was going to suffer a bit during this race with that injury, but, I mean... He showed us why he's the best today. Alexander Karsten.
Absolutely outstanding.
Masterclass drive from him today.
Nothing else to say about that. And after such a long waiting time, Samuel Chumley gets a podium. It is P2 for him. Then it's George Brabner in P3, just ahead of Illigna. This is so close. Illigna misses out on the podium. Pavel Gaida P5. And
now I can finally
for
say
silver
something.
Class win! We are neutral. We are neutral.
He is going to be
we are very
happy
neutral,
with that,
but this has been coming. I think he's like... I mean, commentators try to be neutral, but I think Mills has... he suffered so much. I think he didn't fit... I think he had an incident in 90% of all of his drives. And he finally does it today. It is a class win for him. First drive is disconnecting, so they're gonna... unsettle the standings a little bit, but this is GKK in P6, Olive P7. I believe they're down a position because someone disconnected. Then we got Smelt coming. Chris is ahead of Ruben, who is himself ahead of Nico Veldman. Then Paulos Takos takes P3 in silver class after that unfortunate incident. Alex Berber P13. Witkowski P14. Marius Torres probably getting the last point. And then it is Vissa, and here we've got the fight for no points, but for honor, of course. We've got Ryan Noppen on the outside of Forrest McCormack. They're gonna fight it out, and you know, they're gonna be the last ones to close the door on this race. It's been a brilliant race, honestly. Pixel gets P16, or P17 rather. Standings are, you know, getting all shaken up. And this is the race, and that was brilliant. I've gotta say, so absolutely great race. I wanna see what happened. I wanna know what happened to Carsten. It's raining. Very nice.
Is it raining?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I see.
This is
man.
pretty funny, honestly.
This has been an ACC moment.
So we're just I mean, we don't do interviews anymore, I guess, but we're gonna... Oh, 1 second, guys. It says Mills putting a foot into the door. Oh,
yeah, I want Mills in.
Carsten said when my stop was done, my wheel decided to go crazy, so I had to restart it. So that's what happened to him. That's really weird. I don't know what
he had a wheel. He basically did one of those steering wheel changes. We'll call it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think he has a Fanatec. I do have a.
Yeah, he has this.
Yeah, I do have one as well, and that. Yeah, I think he's got that. I've
got the Floodsport V2.
Yeah, I've got the same, and it went crazy for me once, so I know the issue. Like I turned it on. Well, for me it wasn't turned on already, but it just didn't. It like calibrated really slowly, and then it just like started shaking, and every time I tried to put my hands in it, it tried to break or snap off a finger or something. So maybe that's what happened, I don't know, but certainly had to restart it, and that cost him a lot of time, but he still came out on top. I'm sure you enjoyed this race. Taurus, only one on the server, doing a little bit of a rain dance. But I think... Oh, right, of course, Rupert. Worth a mention, he would have probably won after that not mistake, but that technical issue from Carsten. He would have very likely won this race.
He was, yeah. I don't think, with the issue, I don't think it was any doubt in my mind that Rupert would have been with a very good chance, if not the race win, very easily up there. So, real big shame for him, but the time will come. The time will come, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm also just, I feel like mentioning it, Mills getting the class. We didn't mention him at all in the race because we were really scared to jinx him. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Mills, if you're watching this back in your set, you didn't get a lot of screen time. We were scared. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I mean, I was mentioning it. I was like, I want to say something, but I don't.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Let's just like keep. Yeah, I want to keep him on the track because last time we said something about him, he got the funny drive-through penalty.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it was like, how do you call like a squirrel that seems to be like friendly to humans, and like you try to like touch it and stuff, and you're just really scared that if you go too quick, then it's just gonna run away and everything's gone. This is how I felt about talking to Mills today. So I was just scared if I touch it too much, it's just gonna fall apart. But yeah, I think that wraps up the race nicely. It's been, I think, probably my favorite of the season so far, and thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone watching, thanks to everyone who has written in chat, and thanks to the drivers for giving us such a good show. I've been Timo. Triton exists as well.
Yes, I exist.
He
Thank
does
you.
exist.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't exist anymore because I need a minute to recover from that race. But
I realized my sentence structure didn't make any sense if I wanted to give you a chance to say goodbye as well. Anyways, thanks for watching.
We're good. We're good. So yeah. Yeah, thank you all
Professionalism.
for thank you all for watching. We appreciate your you guys in the chat as well, and yeah,